Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unlock one of the most powerful ways to customize Claude, building your very own skill. We're going to break down the official docs into simple, clear steps so you can teach Claude your unique workflows. Do it once and then benefit from it forever. Okay, let's just dive right in. We've all been there, haven't we? You've got this specific, repeatable process, a certain way you need things done, and you find yourself typing out the exact same detailed instructions to your AI every single time. Yeah, it's powerful, but man, it can get tedious.
Well, there's a fantastic solution for this, and it's called a skill. Just think of it like this. You're packaging up your unique expertise, your special process, into a format that Claude can understand and use whenever you need it. You teach it the workflow one time, and it can run it perfectly every single time after that. Now, I love this kitchen analogy they use. It makes it so clear. So if connecting all your tools and APIs is like giving Claude a professional, fully stocked kitchen, with all the ingredients and equipment it could ever want, then a skill is the recipe. It's the step-by-step guide that turns all that raw potential into a reliable, amazing result. It's the difference between what Claude can do and how it should do it. So how does this all work under the hood without being super inefficient? It all comes down to this really smart design principle called progressive disclosure. And it's basically a clever way to give Claude all this expertise without bogging it down, which saves you both cost and time. It works in 3 simple levels. First, at level 1, you've got this tiny summary called the YAML front matter. It's always loaded so Claude just knows the skill exists, like a table of contents. Then, at level 2, you have the main instructions file. This only gets loaded when your skill is actually relevant. And finally, level 3 is for extra stuff, like detailed documentation, which is only pulled in if Claude really needs it. See? It only loads what it needs exactly when it needs it. Super efficient.
And the structure itself? It's incredibly simple. Seriously, it's just a folder. The only thing you absolutely need is one file inside called skill.md. All those other folders you see for scripts or assets, they're totally optional, just there for when you want to build something a bit more complex.
Okay, so if you remember one thing from this explainer, let it be this. The most important part of your entire skill is that small block of text right at the very top of your skill.md file. That's the YAML front matter. It's the first thing Claude reads to decide if it should even use your skill. Getting this part right is everything.
And look how simple it is to start. This is it. All you need are these 2 fields, a name for your skill and then a description of what it does. And this is critical, when to use it. That's the whole starting point. Getting that description right is kind of an art, but it's a simple one. You can see it here clearly. Bad descriptions are just vague, like helps with projects. What is Claude supposed to do with that? Nothing. But look at the good ones. They state exactly what the skill does, and they include trigger phrases a user might actually say, like onboard new customer or analyze this Figma file. That's the secret.
So what can you actually build with this stuff? Well, the possibilities fall into 3 big buckets, really. You can get it to create super consistent documents and assets. You can automate those complex multi-step workflows that drive you nuts. Or you can teach Claude how to be way smarter about using the other tools and APIs you've already connected. And why does this matter so much? Well, look at this. The difference is like night and day. On the left, a typical manual process, maybe 15 messages back and forth, a few failed API calls, and you're burning through tokens. Now, with a well-built skill, that same workflow just runs. Maybe it asks 1 or 2 clarifying questions, has 0 failures, and uses half the tokens. The payoff in efficiency is just huge.
Now you might be thinking, this sounds like a big project, right? But the best part is how easy this is to get into. You don't need to block off a whole week on your calendar. You can go from just having an idea to a real working skill in a single sitting. In fact, for most things you'd want to build, you should probably expect to spend about, 15 to 30 minutes to get your first version up and running. It's designed to be that fast. And here's the real kicker. You don't even have to start with a blank file. Get this. There's a skill that is literally designed to help you build other skills. You just tell the skill creator what you want to do in plain English, and boom, it generates the whole folder structure and all the starter code for you.
So that brings us to the final and really the most important question. After seeing how easy and how powerful this is, what's that first repetitive, time-sucking workflow that you are going to teach Claude to do for you forever?